I am with Oliver Kraft, the Executive Vice President for Expo 2020. Good afternoon, Oliver.
Hey, good afternoon.
Can you introduce yourself and explain what is an Executive Vice President at Expo 2020?
Well, you know what? Before I came here, I worked many years in corporate technology, and one day I got a call from the former CEO, and he asked me, "Hey, you know what? We have that super cool project going on, Expo 2020, and you need to know that we've been participating in all expos since the very first one in 1851. So he called me, and within 1 week, I decided, yeah, that's a great idea to go over, to come over. And that means January 1st, 18 was my official work day here in Dubai. I started working on it much earlier, and my responsibility is really about heading all activities related to being a partner for infrastructure digitalization, one of 12 premier partners. And that includes lots of technology implementation.
Okay, that's definitely a great call to receive. I wish one day I receive one like this. So we are currently located at the Siemens Experience Center, which is at the heart of the Expo 2020. Why have you called it the blueprint?
There is a little bit of a longer story to it. See, as a premier partner for infrastructure digitalization, what we were very much interested in is that the site has been designed from day one to live on in the future as the District 2020, which will be an innovative place which places well-being and balance at the very heart. And as part of the becoming a partner, we offered certain solutions. And one day we sat together and we said, you know what would be city dwellers of tomorrow be interested in the future? Thinking ahead, right? After the event site, the whole site will be converted into District 2020 and will become an innovative new smart city district. And then we selected technologies in areas of safety and security, quality of life, sustainability and resilience, because we believe these are key requirements for future residents, but also for visitors and operators alike. Now, if you consider now that Expo 2020 with an expected volume of 25 million will not only face the challenges of a mega event, but also those of a smart city. And if you now add that 80% of all the investments on site from the different partners, and especially from Siemens, will live on in the future in that District 2020, that's why we are talking about whatever we put here in a smart, holistic way, we consider a blueprint for future smart cities. And that's why we said, you know what, we're also going to be an anchor tenant at Expo Dubai. We're going to move our Dubai headquarters here to that building, by the way. And that's why we said, you know what, we need to make sure that everybody can enjoy digitalization, bring it to life, something invisible, bring it to life. And that's why we said, okay, let's create that super cool space, 800 square meters, and then talking about the blueprint for future smart cities, why not calling it the blueprint?
So you previously mentioned smart cities, and can you explain to us what are the components for the blueprint for smart cities?
Now, first of all, every smart city development project is unique to a certain extent. And that means what we need to do is we need to sit with the customer in order to understand what are the requirements. And based on that, and we call it the discovery workshop, we derive use cases to make that city or part of a city or campus a smart campus, smart city district, whatever you want to name it. For Expo 2020, we'll focus on safety and security, on quality of life, in other words, comfort, but also on sustainability and resilience, because we believe that these are key requirements for city dwellers of tomorrow. So if you ask me, it's about, of course, technology, and technology needs to be selected and co-created together with the customer.
When you accepted this role 4 years ago, in your view, Dubai was the best choice to start the blueprint for smart city?
I think the answer is yes. And why is that? Because Expo 2020 is unique in terms of the innovative power, the technology we are showcasing here. And as I explained earlier, what we're doing is building a blueprint for future smart cities, and we consider that 80% of all the technologies would remain in the future. And that did the trick for us in order to engage with Expo 2020, become a partner of them. In addition to that, Dubai is known for its speed in decision making, and they have a very consolidated decision making structure, which we actually benefit from.
In my research to prepare this interview, so I noticed that there were over 130 buildings connected, over 15,000 cameras. You feel like a star when you walk in the alley in the Expo 2020, and more than 200,000 connected data points. Do we need all of that to make a smart city, or can we take smaller steps?
This is a special application. We co-create that holistic smart city use case, because on the one hand side you're having the phase of a mega event which takes 6 months, which is much longer than like Olympics or soccer games or something like that, championships. So that's the one thing, to keep all these visitors and also the operators safe and secure, and also allow a comfortable experience for everyone visiting the site. That's the one piece. And that requires maybe a little bit more technology in the area of safety and security and comfort, which I just mentioned, and also sustainability. Because expos are in the end, an expo is the platform for global dialogue and collaboration, but also of course for technology showcasing. So we equipped everything, to make it that showcase. Now later on, when it will be converted into District 2020, then together with the customer, we will sit again, we do workshops again, and then we will figure out what pieces of that technology do we need to have in order to, let's say, elevate that district idea into a smart district. And one thing is for sure, I'm pretty sure that the areas, safety and security, quality of life, but also sustainability and resilience, they will play a major role also in the future. And that's why I also believe that our technology will live on, and especially everything related to the Internet of Things.
Excellent. What's next? So you mentioned District 2020. How do you see the blueprint evolving?
And that's a very good point, because any smart city development project or a smart campus project, it never stops. So you got to make sure early on when you select the technology that it is scalable. And that's why also our IoT operating system is scalable. And we can collect, analyze, contextualize, and visualize data from Siemens and non-Siemens systems. This is very important to understand. So that means the District 2020 activity will keep us busy for more months. So that means while for many, Expo 2020 is like the end of the journey, for us it's a gratifying milestone after tons of challenges, years of hard work, but we will continue. Now, and then in addition to that, we are working within a global network of Siemens, and we are active, as you know, in more than 190 countries. That means we have regular discussion meetings, and where we talk about how can we best replicate the learnings from a multi-year project like Expo 2020, creating a blueprint for future smart cities.
Oliver Kraft, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cyril.